One of the worst things to ever happen to modern society is an epidemic of women that choose single motherhood. And trust me when I say the majority of them choose single motherhood far before they have that kid or even meet that man.
What you talking about, Willis?
I'm talking about the Jezebelian mindset that these women inherit from society, they mother, and fugazi ass men. There's a Jezebel that calls herself Randy Rosario, but her mama named her Adeline because she knew her daughter's ass was out of line. And she just recently went viral for saying this.
If I was a grown ass man, I would only date single mothers.
Man, there you go with that bullshit.
She said that dumb shit for the exact same reason we got these groo-boos out here acting like they doo-doo don't smell like boo-boo. And it's you fugazi ass ninjas that's probably sitting there right now with your hands down your pants talking about how your girl is the exception to the rule.
But guess what? Stay away from the single moms. I still tell you guys now, because generally speaking, the majority, they have all of that baggage. I just so happen to be the exception to the rule, and so is my chick.
See, if we didn't have these brothers out here saving these single mothers, these Jezebels wouldn't be so bold.
Honestly, if I was a man, I would only date single mothers or people or mothers, period.
Stop the cap.
Because
I'm gonna stop you there.
Let me get an explanation to that. I feel like motherhood changed me so much, and although I'm married, I'm not single.
Beta male.
My mental, it's not because my mental isn't married. You know what I'm saying? My mental is my mental. Yeah. So when I tell you, a lot of stuff about me changed. I value myself more. I value my time more. I don't really give my time and my energy to shit that just don't matter, don't equate to nothing.
We do not care.
With that statement, she's implying that women without children are less likely to be functional in a relationship.
Slow it down.
If I was a man, I would only date single mothers or people or mothers, period.
Are y'all starting to see a trend here? Let me break it down. I know 21-year-olds that don't come up with idiot logic like this, and Randy was born in 1989. That means that she's 35 years old saying the world's dumbest shit.
You stupid.
Is this what happens when women's brain fully develops? Cause I thought it was only young women that were immature. Now they trying to tell us that childless women are immature too?
You stupid. You stupid. You stupid.
Somebody tell me how this doesn't qualify as predatory manipulation and control. Single mothers by choice are statistically, analytically, unequivocally, and realistically the worst thing to ever happen to their own damn kids. Tell them, Melissa, it's
very, 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 very traumatizing.
So under what circumstance would they be suitable for a proper man? Imagine Warren Buffett telling you to invest not only your money, but your peace of mind into a liability that has a history that proves it has a high failure rate. And this ain't no high risk, high reward situation. No, it's a high risk, simp reward situation.
What makes you qualify for an upgrade? Why do y'all standards get better when your circumstances get worse?
That's a good question.
Just because you dealt with a man that didn't do right by you don't mean you don't deserve what you supposed to have.
You deserve a better one.
What you mean? Why? What? So you telling me that because I already have children that I don't deserve a good man?
Yes.
Yes. Yup. Yes.
That don't make no sense at all.
That don't even make sense.
That don't make no sense at all.
All right, so listen.
That's crazy.
But I'm so glad that the world don't work the way he thinks it should, because we have a lot of people that'll be just assed out.
No, we'd have a much better society of less traumatized children and less incarcerated young men.
He's out of line, but he's right.
See, you have to be a woman's version of a real man to take a single mother by choice serious.
I know.
And if that's you, she's thankful. She's grateful for your fugazi single mother saving ass. And I don't care if you got kids. The only difference between you and a man with kids is you got less money and less time. Answer this, Superman. How many women do you know that want to pay for all the dates, pay all the bills, and still take a back seat to you and your kids. Women admit to hypergamy. They admit they want a man that's better than them. So if she chose you, whether you got kids or not, she's admitting that you are better than her. But hold on to that, because her baby daddy was also better than her. So if he ain't shit, then his ain't shit ass is still better than her. So you tell me, how does a single father with a single mother worse than her ain't shit baby daddy, how is that an even exchange?
How, Sway?
If you a brother out here saving a single mother, shame on you.
Shame. Shame.
You worse than a lonely fan simp, because most of these women wouldn't deal with you if they didn't have those kids.
Fact.
And if there's anything worse than a woman calling you a nice guy, it's her calling you a real man. And I'm sure she calls you a real man, which is Jezebelian for you my favorite dummy.
Yup.
You absolutely fugazi if you believe that Sierra would have chose Russell Wilson if Future didn't run through her ass first.
Listen to me, you're wrong. And if you don't get it, I feel sorry for you.
Now, do you mean? No, hold on one second. I got a question.
but let me give her a solution.
I got a question. Do you think that she don't deserve a good man, period, or do you want her not to have a date at all until the kids are 18?
No, I want her to go back with her baby daddy.
But he a piece of shit.
And I would never.
Listen, okay. So
And I would never.
The guy that you open up your legs to is your husband.
20 years ago. Do you know how old these kids are? These kids are fucking teenagers.
The
She
guy-
gave him some coochie before she even knew how to use that coochie.
You don't find that suspicious?
First of all, see, my situation might not be everybody's situation. I had my kids young. You know, I had my children young. So, to be honest with you, I agree with him when he said you look for your father. I didn't have that.
It all makes sense now.
I didn't have my father. I didn't have a male in my life that really like taught me what a man was supposed to be. So I really was walking around blind trying to figure it out. I'm running into people. If I knew better, I would have vetted.
Stop the cap.
You feel me? I didn't know what that was at 16.
Which is proof that her mama was a single mother Jezebel. But y'all want to convince men that single mothers is a good choice?
How, Sway?
But let's keep ignoring these traumatized children while we pretend that that single mother ain't nothing more than the adult version of that traumatized child.
Very, 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 very traumatizing.
I didn't know what that was.
But listen, it goes back to the original conversation that I was having. And I said that women are selfish. When I grew up, I used to be in the church. I grew up in the church.
Get all comfortable.
And I will always see women pray to God for a good man. Send me this man that I deserve. But then I always would ask my mom, and she would pop me in the mouth. And I would ask my mom.
I'm on her side. I'm about to do it right now.
Honestly, and this is how my brain works. This is not a joke. This is real. I would ask my mom. I would say, well, what about him? What about who? Like, why would God mess his life up by giving him you?
So you first of all, what I never hear you say. For some reason, you don't make men take accountability for their choices.
No, you missing
You
what I'm saying.
blame women for everything. No, you never make men take accountability for what they do.
I do, but what I'm saying is, this
I don't
guy,
get that. Why is it always the woman's fault?
Because men don't choose women. They just participate along with the women that choose them. And women choose effed up dudes, and those women and they effed up dudes participate in effed up activities that leaves that woman in a effed up situation. The very fact that there's far more women with children than men with children should let you know that men ain't out here choosing.
Do you think it's a surplus of good men? Because let me tell you, it's not.
It is.
It's not.
Definitely
it's
not.
It is.
It's not.
I believe they out here. They out here.
It's not. It's a
They
bunch
got,
of.
no. Y'all.
It's God made 6 good niggas and 4 of them in the audience. Ladies, roll the dice.
That's because you call them. That's because you call them niggas. Y'all know what y'all call them? Y'all call them lames.
Corny kid, right?
They do be lame.
No.
Y'all heard it.
See? And then they grew up.
But that's okay.
They grew up. Now y'all at the tech conferences trying to highlight my homeboys.
They be out here.
The reality is that y'all wanted the dope boys.
He ain't lying.
Yeah, your type
And
was
now,
fucking you
and
up.
no.
That's true.
And now that he got a felony and he can't get a job.
We gonna start a business.
She get on my nerves so bad.
We gonna start a business and get a loan from the bank, nigga.
I see women today, they don't even like guys that got regular jobs no more.
And this should let you know that these Jezebels ain't got no shame. They didn't even deny what Anton said. Fellas, if you dealing with a single mother and you have any decency at all, then you will not be wrong
Sending her back to where she belongs.
She belongs to the street. Percocet, Miley Percocet, Percocet.
Dudes, don't date that single mom. They're going to tell you, you do what's right, meaning you do what's right for her. And then when she leaves you, they're going to tell her, you go girl, you do what's right for you. And you're going to be there heartbroken thinking that red pill guy wasn't actually just a dick. He was trying to help me out.
Ladies, I'm going to just say this. Children are not for everybody, okay? Okay? Because when a man wants to speak on your uterus, oh, women are upset. You have no say, right? But why is it that you get to push your children, your choices on men? I literally just saw a woman who said that if she was a man, she would exclusively date single moms. Why? Because she says something about having a child made her grow up. You should have grown up before that. You're supposed to be a whole adult making decisions. You're supposed to be an adult when you stand on those decisions. An adult is supposed to understand that there are consequences for your decisions. Children run around here blindly acting like there should be no consequences. They just, oops, I made a mistake, but you shouldn't hold that against me. No, ma'am. You're a whole adult and you're dealing with other adults. And if an adult man doesn't want to date an adult woman who has children, that is his prerogative. And if you're an adult woman who has children, then you need to focus on those children and their needs first. And then maybe if you're going to date, then find a man who's okay with dating a woman who has kids. It's not rocket science. It's not. But having a tantrum about it does not change how people think.